What's going on everyone, MBL here, and today I'm going to be showing you the gym that I made in Unreal Engine 5. Not only did this gym teach me a lot about game development, but it also enabled me to exercise all those small details and gameplay features before I added them to the real world. Let's get started. Okay, so here we are in the gym. Let's see what we can do in here. Firstly, you can jump. And as simple as you might think that is, I had to determine how high I can jump and how far I can jump to be sure I designed my level right. The first thing I built was just a simple tower of 1 unit high blocks for me to jump up on, as well as a small step to see if I can walk right onto it. Let's see how it works. You can see I can walk onto this step without jumping, but to get higher, I need to jump. Once again, as simple as that is, it helped me to understand the basics of movement inside of Unreal Engine and especially for my character. Next up was crouching. Something pretty simple you might think at first, but there's a couple of things you have to take into consideration. For example, if we crouch and go down here, there should be no way for us to get back up as we're blocked by the roof. We can also not jump well down here, but as soon as we come outside of the crouch, we can jump and we're back into a standing position. Having this feature available to you is something you can really use when it comes to map design. Next up was sprint and jump. We already know you can jump and crouch, but how far can you run and jump? I built this platform in order to see what the maximum distance was I could jump whilst running. Let's have a look how it plays out. I go up to the first platform and I simply walk and jump. As you can see, I cannot make it that far. But if I hold in sprint and do the exact same task, I make that jump just on the edge. And finally, when it comes to player movement, I wanted to test the max steepness at which my player would be able to climb onto. Here we have a slope of 44 degrees and 46 degrees, with my max angle set to 45 degrees, meaning I could walk up the 44-degree slope, but no such luck trying to get up the 46-degree slope. Probably one of the most important parts of any game is the interaction. If the interaction feels clunky, your entire game is going to feel clunky. So I wanted to get that just right. I probably spent the most time on interaction and ladders, which we'll look at right after that. But first, let's see how we can pick things up. When an interactable item is inside of a player's interactable range, the player will be presented with a tooltip. Upon pressing E, that item will now be picked up by the player. This can be done on different platforms, different sizes, and even in areas with really densely populated interaction items. Of course, you can also put items down. Next up was the ladders. This is probably one of the things that I'm most proud of in this gym, as it took the longest to develop but also runs the smoothest. Upon walking up to a ladder, you'll be presented with a tooltip to grab that ladder and start climbing. Upon pressing E, you can climb up on that ladder. You can even grab it mid-air and climb to a higher ladder. When looking down on a ladder, pressing E will put you back on it and you can climb all the way back down. When you get to the bottom of a ladder, you'll automatically be detached and you can just walk away from the ladder. Running, jumping and grabbing a ladder mid-air is also completely possible, and jumping and grabbing a ladder mid-fall is also possible. For this reason, I think that ladders have great possibility and I could potentially develop them into something more. What good is any game without a fire? Now that we have interactables and pickups, I can go ahead, pick up some wood, put them in the fire, grab my matches, and set that fire alight, if eventually one of the matches lights them up. But where are you supposed to just magically find firewood? That's where the axe comes in. We can pick up the axe, walk over to a log, and start chopping. Our log will lose health every chop it gets, and the player can go and pick up the firewood. Another thing you can do with the axe is use it as a melee weapon. Now you're probably wondering, if I can pick stuff up, can I throw them? And the answer is, yes you can. Projectiles is a thing in the game. You can pick up a couple of stones and left click to throw them at these targets that have physics on them. This is actually one of the funner things to do in the game, or in this gym. And something I often try to do is catch them as they bounce back. And I actually managed to get that on recording. Perfect. Chest looting is something that I've not yet introduced in the game, but it's nice to have the possibility there. And having a gym like this to exercise those kind of features is exactly what I did right here. When encountering a chest, the player will be presented with a tooltip to press E and open up that chest. As simple as that. Whether those items pop out of the chest or you are presented with a UI, I've not yet decided, but the possibilities are there. Similar to chests, I know we all love opening doors in games, so here's how I added them. When walking up to a door, you'll be presented with the tooltip to open the door. Upon pressing it, the door will open in whatever direction I want it to. Standing in the same position now, I can close all these doors. Something that I would like to add to doors is the ability to open in the direction away from the player, something that I'm still working on. For those of you who have been watching my streams, you probably know that I'm addicted to farming in any kind of game. So of course, I had to add farming to my own game. Right here, we have a plant box which will accept seeds and watering and grow the plants that you have planted. Let's see how it works. We can walk up to the carrot seeds, pick them up, walk up to the plant box and plant those seeds. Then we have to grab our water bucket and conveniently we have some water right behind us. We'll grab some water and fill our plant box. And over time, this plant box will grow some carrots. And of course, I saved the best for last, shooting. Right now, we have two ranged weapons in the game, the first being the revolver and the second being the hunting rifle. Let's try out the revolver and see how it goes. Let's grab some ammo and shoot some targets. Next up, let's see how the hunting rifle does. Let's grab some ammo. And we can scope in. Definitely a different feeling with that scope in hand. Oh, and wouldn't you know it, as I was demoing that, I got smacked from behind. Shooting at still standing targets, it's fun, but it's not as fun as shooting at moving AI that's hunting you down. In this case, they're scarecrows made of hay. And headshots is one shot, dead shot. If you kill a scarecrow, there's a chance of it respawning. In the form of a dead scarecrow, you can steal its seeds, but if you take too long, it'll come right back to life. Let's pick up the rest of our ammo. And let's see if our revolver can take care of the rest of these guys. Oh, I missed my last shot. Swapping over for a little no-scope. That'll do it. I hope you enjoyed the tour of my development gym, and now you know a little bit more of how the Old Forest Ranch is made. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to leave a like, subscribe, ring that bell for notifications, and I'll see you in another one. Adios.